welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name, as always, is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user GamerBomb. That's GamerBomb, and he's driving the IS-7 on a standard battle on the Fisherman's Bay. IS-7 obviously being a tier 10 heavy tank for the Russians. This thing gets a good mixture of armor, speed, agility, and a good cannon on it as well, so it makes a pretty damn good all-round tier 10 tank, especially just with the maneuverability that it gets. It's able to get into some good positions, although you do have to be careful of its front armor there being sloped the way it does. It does have quite a large lower plate, as we can see there, but the nice piked front means that you're able to stay front on with a lot of targets and tend to bounce shots. So anyway, that's me waffling on long enough about the armor of the IS-7. Let's get into this replay. GamerBomb going to be heading down the south here, which is where a lot of heavy tanks tend to put themselves. Finds a T-54 here, has a shot there, but just fluffs that one, unfortunately, and doesn't manage to land it. T-54 was coming in with some speed there. Looks like he's making an effort to flank around. Unfortunately, there are two E-100s and an ISU-152 waiting down that road for him. So I think he's going to think twice about this move. IS-7 coming to join him here, and GamerBomb gets a good hit through his rear there. And there's a third IS-7 and an AMX-50B on the horizon. So if they're not careful, this could turn into a full-on rush here. Got the T-54 and the IS-7 still making threats around the corner there. Gets a beautiful shot through the front of that T-54. It looks like the E-100s and ISU-152 are fending off the charge at the moment. But this other IS-7 looks like he's trying to make a move. You just got to be aware that he could be coming around here at any moment now. Going to set his gun up as the other tanks aren't too much of a threat to him at the moment. Other IS-7 does indeed appear, rushes his shot, unfortunately, and just bounces on the front of GamerBomb. Not unfortunately for GamerBomb, though. That's exactly what he wanted. And here we go. The T-54 is making a push up the road now that the IS-7 has the attention of GamerBomb. Doesn't think he has a favourable shot, so holds off until that was a lovely shot through the front there. And this AMX-50B is also pushing up now, so definitely got to be careful. The Allies backing off here and playing back to back. The ISU-152 looks like he's been taken out already, but there's still these two E-100s, and GamerBomb himself trying to fend these guys off. That IS-7 in the south still hasn't made a push yet, but the guys are stacking up in the northern part of the town here. You've got the IS-7 T-54 and that AMX-50B. Not really sure where the 50B's gone. Most of the Allied team is concentrated on that left-hand side. There's an Object 430 coming in from the centre as well. Most of the Allies are stacked up on that far left-hand side, so there's nobody left to fend off the centre. And the enemy team is just pushing through with quick tanks. As you can see here, this Object 430 is pushed all the way through. This IS-7's made a push in the south now as well. It looks like everybody's actually transitioned into this southern area to make a push, which is going to probably prove to be quite a bad mistake from the enemy team. Instead of splitting their forces and taking everybody by surprise, what they've done instead is just thought they saw an opening and a weakness in the south there, so they've committed all of their tanks to the south rather than some to the south and some to the north. And that E-100's just able to get down there, manhandle them and bully them out the way. This AMX-50B is making a run for it. I think he's probably reloading here. So he's gone off to try and hide amongst the buildings with these two medium tanks. Sorry, the IS-7 and that Object 430, which are currently scuffling with that other E-100. I don't think this Object 430 expected GamerBomb to be here as he comes flying around the corner, takes a shot on the side, and a good chunk of damage and crashes into that wall. GamerBomb's able to take his track off. Just going to leave him out there in the open. One more shot should be enough to finish him off, and indeed he does get the kill. The IS-7 and 50B have taken out that other E-100 now, and that just leaves the other E-100 and GamerBomb and his IS-7 here to try and fend these two guys off. Two enemy tanks not got particularly large amount of hit points between them, but then again neither does GamerBomb and this other E-100. The artillery comes up big here and takes out that IS-7, and that just leaves this AMX-50B. He's still got half hit points, but GamerBomb gets a beautiful high roll through the rear of his armor there, and the E-100 takes him out for the kill. And that is the battle for the town won now. And that was an absolutely awesome piece of defensive work from GamerBomb and those two E-100s to fend off that many tanks. Let's have a look. What was that? That was at least 5 tanks there that pushed through. So absolutely excellent, excellent piece of work there from the Allies. And although the Allied team concentrated a ridiculous amount of their tanks on that far left-hand flank, it looks like they are getting pushed back all the way to the D-line there. And that is just because they hadn't stationed any forces in the centre of that map, and the enemy team were able to just push through there unchecked and unchallenged. Gamer Bomb and the IS-7 and this E-100 going to be pushing on towards the enemy base. Got to be careful though, as there was another E-100 last spotted in the centre of the map, so got to be... There he is, takes a big hit through the side of his armour there. That looked like it was a huge, huge chunk of damage. But he's able to get a little bit of damage back, and he's going to try and hide himself behind the terrain here. Doesn't want to take another shot like that, as that could prove the end of his game. Going to be trying to maneuver here not to take another damaging shot like that one. Tries to get a hill between himself and this E-100, but it looks like he's taking damage now and doesn't want to take any more. Finds the enemy's artillery here in the form of this T-92. I don't think he realises it's been spotted yet, and when he does realise, it's because he's been killed, and Gamer Bomb picks up kill number 3. That's almost 6,000 points of damage so far. He's only got 3 kills, but I think 6,000 points of damage speaks for itself, and the fact that they did mount that excellent, excellent defensive work in the south of the map there. So with that E-100 in the centre gone and the T-110E5 dealt with, that's going to leave not really many people on the far left-hand flank. You can see they've got that Object 704 and that other T-110E3, and obviously they've got the other artillery here somewhere. So the two of them going to be making moves towards that location as the E-100 and that 4502 also make a move. Going to see who they can spot out. Finds the E3, but unfortunately he's just out of render range, so he's not going to be able to do anything about this. Finds the Object 704 as well. Has a little bit of a snapshot there, but he needed to, because if he'd waited any longer, he definitely wasn't going to land that shot. A little bit of a shame, because that M53-55 is just way out in the open now, begging to be shot in the rear, but not able to get a hit on him as his gun was reloading. Gets a good hit on that Object 704. A little bit unfortunate that it didn't penetrate the side of the gun mantlet there, so wasn't able to pick him up. Object 704 is going to be dropping back after having his shot. So I think Gamer Bomb's going to be... Nope. Going to take that shot there. Unfortunately, that one misses as well, and the Object 704 sees the shot land, so he makes his move back up onto the ridgeline here. Has another shot in the C-100 and then backs off. Gamer Bomb going to take his time a little bit more with this one. Wait for the Object 704 to come back up onto the hill, take his shot and take his kill. And that is kill number 4 and over 6,000 points of damage. And an absolutely awesome replay there from Gamer Bomb. Thank you very much for sending that one in, showing your skills in the IS-7 and showing that you can keep your cool and keep your calm when in a super high pressure situation like we saw in the south of the map there on the right hand flank. It's absolutely awesome replay from you. And don't forget to stick around, because as always the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Tractor Slowpert. That's Tractor Slowpert, and he's driving the Object 430 on a standard battle on Ensk. Object 430 being a tier 10 medium tank for the Russians, Ensk being a small map. So this one is going to be action-packed, and you'd imagine with a fast medium tank like this, he's going to be in the thick of the action. So let's sit back, relax it, and enjoy this replay. Tractor going to be taken to the centre of the field on this right-hand flank, take up a position behind bush, and using this terrain, unfortunately doesn't quite have the gun depression to use it effectively, but does spot out the 212A very quickly. And just going to wait for his gun to reload as he misses his first shot, unfortunately. Second shot, not quite as bad, and that one takes out the target. Looks like the enemy team hasn't concentrated very many forces on this flank here. As you can see, the Allied team is pushing through with quite a lot of medium and light tanks here. Got the AMX 1375 on the other side of this wall. It's a beautiful moving shot there. Finds a T-54, going to get a shot into his side before he runs off past the T-54. Too busy concentrating on the T-71 in the side there. It's T-110E4 going to be trying to track with his turret. Unfortunately, his body and turret traverse speed is way too slow, but Tractor's got to be careful. On the right hand side there are guys in the cap circle firing down on his position. Got a T-54 in front of him, but I think he's probably got the armor to be able to just withstand the onslaught here and get damage back onto this T-54. Going to try and ram him to take his track out. Unfortunately, that takes him out as well. And that's 3 very quick kills now. And they're going to have to try and focus on the cap circle of the enemy team, which is where a huge chunk of their tanks still are. It looks like they probably haven't had time to get out of the cap circle yet. Gets his track taken out by that SU-101. He's going to switch his attention across this IS-3 here. Got to be careful because he's being perma-tracked here. And that SU-101 is just getting damage after damage. So he uses his repair kit there just to get himself back behind this building. SU-101 isn't firing to take out the building. Gets a lovely shot on that IS-3 after he fluffs his shot. This SU-101 switched his attention. He's going to poke himself out of the building and pick up kill number 5. So there's still quite a few tanks left in and around this area. You can see an AMX 1390 and 2 IS-3s. Doesn't quite land a shot on that 1390, unfortunately, but the T-54 you can see in there dueling with this IS-3. Tractor going to be trying to get a shot through the train cars, but not quite able to find anything on any of these tanks. This IS-3 may poke himself out far enough. He destroys his own cover, and that in turn gets him destroyed. So that is kill number 6 and a well-deserved Top Gun medal. But the battle is still not over. Still got this AMX 1390 and there's a T-110E5 on the left hand side there. Looks like a lot of the enemy team is tracked back to the base to try and stop this onslaught here. And this definitely isn't going well for the enemy team here. You can see they're losing 8 kills to 4 at the moment. Look like they are currently outnumbered in the city and definitely outnumbered around the base cap here. A little bit unfortunate not to land that shot on the E5 there. That would have been a lovely kill. As it is, somebody else picks that one up. Going to be waiting for the IS-7 to come in here, but he's got a lovely shot on that AMX 1390. Takes the damage and then retreats back behind the train cars, not to take any damage himself. And as you can see, the IS-7 has arrived on the scene now. He's going to try and equalize things, but with a score of 9-4, this is going to be a very, very hard task for anyone to pull off. You can see they've still got that STI and E100, well, sorry, ST1 and that E100 in the city there. But I don't think those guys are going to be able to get back and do anything about it, as they've got a Jagdpanzer E100 and a Waffenträger E100 both flanking around the sides of them. They've got 2 IS-3s, the Allied team that is, moving from the city across the train cars for some reason. Tractor Slowpoke just takes this opportunity to sneak up behind that AMX 1390 and take him out for kill number 7. Not really sure which direction this IS-7 is looking in. Looks like he's looking somewhere else, so Tractor going to pop out, get a shot through his rear, sets him on fire, and picks up kill number 8. And that just leaves this ST1, E100, and that IS-8 in the city somewhere. And everybody going to be making a beeline. I think Tractor realised he wasn't going to fit through that gap there, so decides to go somewhere else. IS-8 doing work there and taking out a T-54, but this is just a losing battle here, as it's currently 12 kills to 7. 2 Allied IS-3s are still dicking around in the centre there, not really sure what they've been doing. Oh, there we go, one of them picks up the kill on the ST1 there, and that just leaves this IS-8 all by himself, so Tractor going to try and make a prediction about where he's going. Going to be heading up this way. Going to be taking the left here, thinking that the IS-8's going to be running for the hills to try and hide, but as it is, the IS-8's valiantly coming in to try and stop the base capture. But valiant it may be, but well advised definitely not, as that Rheinmetall takes him out, and that is the victory. So absolutely awesome game there from Tractor Slowpoke. Fast, furious, and full of action, scoring himself 4 and a bit thousand points of damage and 8 kills. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, then please send that in to replay@screenreality.com. Link for that's down there in the description. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, entertaining, you enjoyed it, or you learned something, then please consider hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content to come in the future. And if you enjoyed it that much, then think about leaving a like or stick a comment in the comment section below, letting me know exactly what you thought. This has been World of Tanks. I have been Maxwell, and I will catch you guys next time.